What's up guys, it's your girl Denise and we are here with another video. Today we're gonna do the clean girl makeup look. This is what we got. And we're gonna do a little chit chat because yeah, I feel like I haven't sat down, done a tutorial and talked to you guys in a while, and here we are. If you're interested, then just keep watching. So I've gone ahead and prepped my skin off camera. We're gonna go straight in with foundation. I've been mixing the Fenty foundation with their Ease Drop Tinted Moisturizer. That way I can get more of a natural look, even though I'm using foundation. I wash my hands prior and I don't know now, I just do it right in the back of my hand. And I actually use their foundation brush to start. Guys, I think the key to a more flawless face is blending. Blending is your best friend. I feel like I haven't done a little chit chat conversation, get ready with me, with you guys on here for a really long time. And so many things have changed for me, guys. Like, I know I mentioned it in some videos, and now we're at the end of 2022, which I honestly can't even believe. Just because a part of me feels like the year just started. Another part of me feels like so much has happened this year that it does feel like time has passed. I don't know, it's just interesting. The perspective of time is just so different for me now. Guys, once I started learning about like astronomy and within that quantum physics, your perception changes so much. When you look at time for what it is, as like the essence of it, it's just experiences that we like wake up and we just order them in time, which is great. I think it's a great invention. But even now with like how we stopped doing daylight savings this year, I don't know if everyone knows, but this is the last year that we're gonna switch our clocks. That right there is like a clear, like, okay, this is our choice. Like, we choose what we want to do with the way we look at time passing, which is just so interesting to me to like understand that now. And now I'm just so intrigued with like understanding what other areas of our life we have that much control over, which essentially is every area. Okay, so I do this part a little different. I contour with the dark before the light. I feel like that helps me very much structure my face the way I want it because I used the light after, and you'll see what I mean now. I sometimes go straight in and just apply it with the actual tool, or I just apply some in the back of my hand like this, and then we go right in with the brush. Today we're gonna use the Sephora 56 foundation brush, and then I like to dab like that and just work that product into the place that I want to contour. I must say, guys, there's this app or there's this filter on the app of TikTok that helps you find out what shape your face is, and then it helps you learn to contour in the right places. I think Rihanna created it, and it truly helped me just align my contours where I actually needed, considering my face shape, which I truly wasn't completely positive of what that was. So it truly helped. I recommend it. If you're like me and you didn't know exactly where to place your contour, that filter on TikTok truly helped me just like understand my face shape and understand what I was gonna do if I contoured in those specific areas. So I have a project that I am going to launch on this platform, and it's gonna be good. I'm excited about it. I feel like I said, now that I am more comfortable with talking about all the changes and just a few things that I wanted to shift in terms of my career, I feel like this project is going to give you guys an inside look to all those things. And I've been working and planning on it for quite some time now. So I'm very excited that it's about to come into fruition, but we are on the universe's timing. So I'm not really rushing anything. I'm just trying to move with the flow of life. I've been very much trying to practice being in the present moment, staying consistent with that practice, and also accepting the twists and turns that life has. Because if it's one thing that I've very much had the hard lesson to understand, but in the best way possible, is that life is about change. Life flows, and it's energy, which is forever moving. It's not supposed to stay stagnant. So here we are, we're flowing. But I'm very excited about this project. So stay tuned. And from that, so many other beautiful things are coming. So I do like to go in and just re-blend with the foundation brush. Honestly, throughout the full time that I do my makeup, you'll see. This way you just don't have any like harsh lines once you keep like applying contour and highlight and just like all these products. At least that's what helps me out. But you see how now like my face is like a little bit more shadowed. So we're gonna go in with the concealer now and conceal in the areas that you know work for your face shape. These are the areas that I love to conceal. I try to do a very light hand when I apply because we're gonna go in with a concealer brush from Sigma. And this is where I like to, it's like painting to me. I love this part. You just go in and really shape your concealer. This is how I get that clean girl look. And you can do this even without foundation, because sometimes during the summer I don't wear foundation, but I'll conceal this way. And it looks like you tried hard, but you really didn't. Guys, we are in Mars retrograde. I know it seems like there's something going on every day when you follow space weather, but that's because there is. Literally every day there's a portal open, there's some kind of energy there to help us really ground in like peace and serenity. It's just we don't use it to our advantage because we're not aware that this is going on. But once I started following space weather, it completely changed everything about how I did life, because I very much, how do I say this? Okay. I feel like I used to be someone who very much related to getting anxiety over things, or just overthinking a lot, or sometimes you like are in your feelings, you know, for no reason, or sometimes there is a reason. Though of course there are things going on in our life that are influencing those specific emotions that are coming up for us. What's going on in the cosmos is affecting us emotionally. We're all energy and we're all connected. They didn't teach us this in school. And when I realized that what happens in the cosmos and outer space like affects us, it changed the way that I like moved and the way that I perceived my daily life, because there's something so much bigger than us going on when you live in like a cohesive flow with the understanding of what that is. It makes life so much easier. But yeah, I've never been the kind of person that was satisfied with just understanding like, okay, I feel anxiety right now. Okay, I'm mad right now, or I'm in my feelings and I'm upset. Like, I've always wanted to know the root, and that's just how I feel I learned to heal. And it's helped so much understanding like what energies we're in, what's happening with the planets, and how is that planet being in that motion affecting the energy in like a collective sense, and then understanding how individually it's affecting us. When I started doing that mathematic work, it changed everything and it made it so much easier, so much better for me. All right, so now that we have all the creams on, I then like to go to the powders. So we're gonna start setting the contour and highlight. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Stay Matte powdered foundation and of course some Laura Mercier. Guys, I've realized that those hobbies that we would do when we were young individually, this is like individually what you would do on your free time when you were like in elementary, in middle school, even high school. Those activities are activities that would calm our nervous system down. Your nervous system is the same thing as your chakra system, by the way. Those activities will calm our nervous system down. And once, of course, you start living in the real world, you know, like paying bills, living by yourself, you know, that kind of real world. I think for me, I kind of just forgot about those activities that I would do that would bring me so much joy on my free time. You personally don't feel like you have the time to put aside for these activities that you would do when you were younger and you didn't have all these responsibilities you have now. But I feel like on this spiritual healing journey, whatever you want to call it, that I definitely know I've gone on, considering all the changes that I've personally felt I've made to my life in general, because there's so much new. I can't even remember the way my life was like a few years ago. Like everything is just so different now. Point is that I realized unless we individually take that time out again to find what brings us that same childlike joy, it's inevitable for us to stay in a state of stress, anxiety, worry, because I feel like these activities would very much ground us into the present moment and also help remind ourselves that there's just another world outside of the world that we're currently experiencing that could be causing that stress or that worry, you know? Once I realized that when you worry, it's because you're trying to predict the future, and when you have anxiety, it's because you're like afraid that the past is going to repeat itself, which is the same thing as you trying to predict the future. That's when I started controlling that anxiety and that worry, because it's one thing you learn when you start researching about energy. It's that there's no such thing as past, present, or future. Of course, in the practical way there is, but the reality is that it's all happening at once. You've ever done a hypnosis meditation, which I have, speaking from experience, you realize like, okay, I can time travel and visit a past life in a meditation. That right away eliminates the perception of time being linear. It's not linear. And that's just like one of the majestic parts of like the world we live in, which personally I just find fascinating. I could sit and learn about that all day. All day. All right, to set the contour, we're gonna only use a bronzer. Since this is like a clean girl makeup look, I don't really use like a deep contour moment. I usually try to stick to just bronzer. We're going in with a ColourPop bronzer and just putting it exactly where you put that cream contour. You wanna start light and then just pack it on as much as you feel. Because we're doing the clean girl look, we're gonna do like a peach blush that kind of blends into the bronzer rather than like a pink. Just because I feel like that gives it more of just like a, oh, she has a little bit of color on there, but nothing too crazy. I also like to put them in the temples right here to kind of add that like, you know, Little flourish moment. So now our face is completely done. We have our foundation, we have our contour, we have our highlight, we have all the powders. So we're gonna go in and just define our brows, our lashes, and our lips. So here we go. All right, so we've filled in our brows, curled our lashes off camera. There's a full video on my page of how I do these brows. You guys can check that out if you want. I like adding the same powder you contoured with on my lid. I feel like it adds more of like a shadow. I like to really blend it out and give it that ombre vibe. And then I like to really blend that crease. So the trick with me and mascara is that I like to start at the base of the lash and work my way up, and I take my time because I get it. With lashes, you have to take your time. You do. Especially when you're not using a strip. You want to make sure you are patient so you can get every lash to look long and separated and luscious. Okay, so we're finally done with our lashes, which I feel is like the longest part. I'm looking for what's in my hand. Jesus, sometimes it's right in front of your face. All right, so today we're gonna use the NYX Soft Matte Liquid Cream in Abu Dhabi. And we're gonna top it off with their lip liner in London. Guys, my lips are just already so naturally pigmented that it's hard to find a color that actually transfers exactly the way it looks, even in the back of my hand on my lips. So usually I have to experiment a little bit, which I'm not mad about. I get a little bit of concealer, put it in the inside of my hand, and I grab like the lip product that I'm using and I mix it. This way I can get kind of like that nude that I like. If I feel like it's getting too nudie, I just grab more lip product. I use my finger a lot. I feel like it mixes it better. As you guys saw, there's a lot of blending involved. And then I like to top it off. I love this London color when I mix it with some Abu Dhabi. And then I like to top it off with some good old chapstick, because this adds like a little bit of a gloss, makes it look like I have lip gloss on, but I don't. Okay, so you can barely tell when I do this step, but sometimes I like to define the lips a little bit more if I use like a nude, only in the Cupid's bow and like the bottom of my lip. I'll show you now. And then I blend it out with my finger to kind of just like add some more definition to the lips. A little bit under the lip, but then I like blend it out. All right, so this is the finished look for the clean girl makeup vibe. This is what I would do: a little bronze moment, peachy blush, no mascara in the bottom lashes, only the top, a good nude lip color, defined brows. That's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed our little chit chat and our little makeup tutorial. We're gonna try to get back on these makeup tutorials because it's fun. I forgot how much I love to like get on here with you guys and just talk and do our makeup and get ready together. Stay tuned. There's a lot of exciting things coming that I can't wait to let you in on. The end of the year is approaching us, so I am sending you guys all the love and light in these holidays. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every week. I'll see you guys here next time. Bye.